with the UMP. He's got the armor carried over. This is going to be Olaf trying to wrap around as well, get information for Disco, but they've got to act quickly because there is no kits in play. And I think Disco's already, they're going to back away. They're already aware that the chances are gone. So it will be the round Astralis, but remember, economic damage done. Device doesn't get a kill on the SMG, so he doesn't get the kill reward. I think, is he trying to grab another gun on the way out? This is a problem. Disco's going to be there, and he's farming cash now with the UMP. Device just barely gets one kill.
And he picks up an AK to finish it off, but still, yeah, you're absolutely right. Lots of damage done, and Olaf saving that AK as well, and managing to boost his money going forward. I think they're going to have plenty to work with here. Twist buys the AWP, but still, it's 3-0 on the T side for Astralis. That's a very good start for them, of course. If they win this first gun round, it could be very problematic for the cities going forward. Decent spawn for Device as well. He's got that AWP. A lot of AWPers can go open the door, look towards Garrett, see if they can get that first pick, a main entrance. We'll see what he decides to do. Obviously, he can go for the initial pick outside as well. We have no real information as to what Fnatic's going to bring to us on this CD side, so I can't really speculate too much. Using that grenade to open the door. The start's going to be Device, like I said, going towards main entrance. Doesn't spot anything just yet, but he has got Twist challenging him outside.
Device trying to hold to upper. This is the least likely of the angles, but you can hit a shot to main if you can catch them in rotation, if you know that Dennis is going to be playing in that position. The window at Hut gives a line as well. Xyp9x will back off on radio. He seems to be the one charged with this position. He seems to come to life when he's unexpected. When Xyp9x can take advantage of map control, catch people off. He's obviously not thought of that way in the same sense that Snax is, but he can be quite good with his timing and game sense. So if they start to back off of ramp, if they start, especially on the Astralis side, pushing toward outer to take over secret, watch for him to be the late push and divide and conquer strategy. Walking in for splits, and Krim's old school position works it with the flash. We used to see NIP push here all the time. It's not as common in this iteration because you can get above it. What a shot for Device in the gap. Lots of skills shown off on the two players who starred in the last map. And Device spots Dennis as well. Dupree, he'll get Olaf down.
Device recovers the round and then some. His teammates have made their way towards upper as well. This is a very difficult situation. It comes out the Twist and his AWP, still watching towards outside. Disco Doplin's at ramp, and not sure whether the commitments finally come in towards that upper bomb side, and they actually had. The bomb will come in. Twist has got up the ladder though. Bomb comes through. He's going to struggle here. He's got no kit. A couple of flashbangs to work between them, and 3 players to find.
Twist and Doplin going to work together. Twist has to hold up, or are they going to back away? I think with the op, it's going to be a save. It has to be again because they only have the 1 kit. So it goes 4-0 now for Astralis. Had the gun round in, but 2 saved is something to work with. Remember, the AK was carried over, so Olaf didn't invest massively into this either. I think Krims and Dennis are limited, so they're going to be limited entirely, but Olaf's going to be able to buy into this as well. So they're going to have 3 guns up, which is a decent situation after losing 4 straight.
That's why it's worth saving at this point. Yes, it's a bitter pill to swallow going down 4-0, but they're looking at the bigger picture here. Absolutely. Saving those 2 weapons, especially the AWP, and like Olaf saving the AK in the previous force buy. Here's Crimzo. What a great display of skill to kick things off there, but Device maybe even better. That second shot's a little bit of a miss there, but he recovers with the smoke, manages to take 2 down, just as Glaive goes towards upper as well. He locks that down. They get the bomb planted at that point in that stage. Fnatic can't really do much about it. A double orb setup there for the CTs. That's very rare on Nuke.
That's like very impressive as well, considering the situation.
If a full execution comes in, they can't really retake the bomb sets. If they get down towards lower, they're done for at that point. This is a very interesting move. We'll see if it works out for them. Twist and Olafmeister.
It's a very bold call. This goes to show why saving in the right situations pays off. Because normally when we get into round number 5, it's a save for the CTs, having lost all 4 at the start. Now they've got 2 ops. Just on saving 1 and Olaf keeping himself in contention with the AK previously. Twist is going to be very, very passive toward outer and allow them to wrap. But they haven't put any pressure onto ramp yet. And if they misread this buy, Olaf's waiting. Glaive's down below. This is when we expect Xyp9x to start pushing onto ramp. So Glaive could actually be, it seems like a great position. It's an awesome spot to be. He's already in secret, he's got information, but he could actually be a problem because if he calls, go ramp, I've got control, they walk into one of the ops that's waiting for them. And that's slowly happening. They could rotate as well. They've got a player on Turnpike. It's all on Olaf. Misses the shot, but he's going to stay efficient and drop down. That was the one to catch them off, but crucially stays alive, and it baits around Twist on the second op. He was there all the time to watch for the rotation on Turnpike. They don't know Glaive's there, but he misses the shot on Olaf now as well, and he's looking for the close op shot. Glaive's trying to distract him, jump, and it gives Olaf the reset, but Kirby's there for the trade. The double ops have done massive damage already. And Glaive did funnel them into Olaf's position, but now it's Kirby that's going to try and wait for rotations. First shot successful, spots a second, but Disco's there to hit it. And Krims, he'll clutch back out on Device. It's going to be 3 alive for Fnatic. And the saves pay off because they win a gun round when they shouldn't have even had guns.
So they do have the option to take that double orb setup into the next round. They're opting against that. I think they had both orbs in hand. Then they said, you know what? They know we've got the double orb setup. That's when you call. Oh, they are going for it. I would say with Astralis, we know that's running right now. We're going for an upper execution. You're smoking off towards heaven, main entrance, Molotov in the site, locking the AWPers out. That's not what they're going to be playing. I'm calling that right now if I'm Glaive. I'll take a pause even to discuss it. You know they've got that double orb set up. Great work from Olaf overall. This is when you get the strategy book open and just lock these AWPers out. It's very rare to see it on Nuke at the double orb setup. It's certainly a new addition to the top level of this thing. We'll see what happens. So normally you have a dynamic AWP who's going towards ramp, outside, catwalk, but we'll see where they can hold off an execution.
Watch Olaf, because he's already pushing up with his op. Device is going to find Twist. Olaf gets Molotoved. He actually had position and timing on Xyp9x to get the op ready. So good find by Device. Bomb intentionally dropped outside of lobby as well. With the man advantage, Astralis is going to go hunting for map control. Glaive's not going to push all the way through this time, but they've got Kierby in a spot where he can actually drop down and get toward main. So this will be an upper execution coming through. Now the other option on that is, where does Olaf take his current AWP? Because he's the second one. He's watching toward outside. He's the kind of player that I could see him actually trying to push rafters with it to watch the push in from Hut. But Kierby's not advanced any further, and Xyp9x is still trying to evaluate. Surely with them grouping in Squeaky, this goes upper. Bait and switch potential, 2 players at ramp, long rotation for, all things considered, long rotation. They're always quick on Nuke, but longer away from that upper site. If they do wrap around, that means I expect they're going to push through to lobby as well, and they're going. That means the kills have to come in from Astralis. Disco, he's going to slow them down, but only for a second, as Olaf just gets into lobby now. That's a good position to be. Spots gun barrel. Device shuts the door, though. This is cheeky, but what a shot from Olaf! So fast as he rips his head off, leaves it 2 versus 2. They've got the HP advantage on the Fnatic side as well. Olaf has a kit, and he's staying on the op. He's going for a retake up close on the op, and nearly hits the shot on Glaive. That's traded by Dennis. But look at dupreeh. I'll do you one better. You think you can fool me? I'm going to bait you back out. But Dennis has actually turned around to look toward main. His intuition, is it misread? He's going to get on it. He's going to hold it. dupreeh, 3 seconds. He's got to go. dupreeh's got to go. He's got to get the shot. They got it. Fnatic get it. He's too late. dupreeh waits too long, and Astralis cost himself a round.
Well then, it was very intelligent to leave that first 5 seconds there. He's only got the Galil. He knows that the CT has no information as to where he is. I think that second full defuse though. Oh, that's sick. Oh, I have to stop myself there and watch that again. That was beautiful. But that second full defuse in, dupreeh is going to face regardless. Facing after 6 seconds doesn't really work. If you get a face, it's either carrying your head up to 4, then face. Don't face after it's done. It's a little bit too late, unfortunately. But they are still getting forced into this. Comes down to another 1v1. Astralis, 4 UMPs in the Device AWP, so he obviously has to go massive here. Maybe it's an upper rush with the main entrance shot as well, and it lands. Crims goes down.
dupreeh doubling up that damage. He's going to get another kill. Good shot, Olaf. This is where I thought he might go last round, because it seemed to me, with the information they had toward ramp, and the push came through, it almost justified itself late, but he could have gone up and got ready for the Hut take. This time he does catch them off. A little bit different position, but they have the bomb down, and I think, again, Fnatic on Nuke. If they're about to give up 5 rounds, and they've got an op still in play, never mind that thought, you might consider the save. Disco can get to that op, but Device catches him off trying to do so. And that's going to leave Twist to try and wrap around 1 versus 3.
Do you know why those 4 UMPs are such a good call? Like I said, that round coming down, or the last couple of them coming down to clutches and tight one-on-ones, the UMPs actually becomes a very viable weapon. You know there's quite a high chance they won't have head armor at that point. Sure, they're going to have rifles, which on paper sounds like it's a better deal, but it doesn't matter. With the UMP, it's going to be a one-shot kill with not unarmored heavens anyway. So that's actually kind of a cool approach from Astralis. 4 UMPs, 1 orb, rushing up a bomb site and getting those first few frags. Huge round for them to pick up. It's broken the economy of Fnatic. I think they've gone for the all-in force by this point. So it's a UMP for Crim, some upgraded pistols, but 5-2. The scoreline increases for Astralis here. And this should be around going in their favor. You can see everything's kind of stabilized. Got rifles again and Device, of course, still on the AWP.
Twist with just the CZ in his hands at the moment. He's going to try and get information toward outers. He jumps behind CT crate. Glaive's going to get on the railing towards Secret and watch for anyone pushing forward. Any little angle to catch them off as Device wraps it red and sets up post to watch in case Twist wants information going the other direction. So it's calculated. I have to say Astralis on this map especially have looked very good in their anti-ecos. It seems early to say that, but they've had a few of them to go against.
Well, at this point, just get the outside control. You can see Glaive, he's very good at getting towards those back steps. I'm sure he'll be trying to do that once again. Actually has made it already there. So at this point, they're going to hold up and go towards ramp. There's pins to one part of the map, make sure they're trading effectively. Ooh. The CT's starting to push, getting a little bit impatient there. They're going to find a frag in return, but dupree's in a very good position to shut them down, but Kiabi goes one better, protects his teammate there after receiving a dink.
Yeah, you can't blame them, Fnatic, for trying to go for a timed push to pincer them inside of the lobby, but with pistols, you never would have expected it to work. Suddenly it has! Disco shows up late, he gets 2 kills. Twist finds the only one they need. Bomb is in their hands. Twist grabs it off. M4 for Disco, they have armor. I just finished saying Astralis played their anti-ecos well, and Fnatic one-up them. Molotov is going to be going out in about 3 seconds, but Glaive, he's getting hungry. He's got 24 seconds, and they double that up. He has to go through window, and Disco knows it. They know he's already inside of the site. They're going to spot him coming, and they're both set for it. Fnatic, they line it up, and they're going to steal the round. Very well done from, especially, it seems Disco, when he has these pistols and ecos, shows up at the right time.
Yeah, every single time. The 5-7, that was a really nice shot. He baits out dupreeh as well, and then they start facing one by one. It all falls apart at that point. Big round for Fnatic to get back into this. I think we do have enough for a buy just about for Astralis. Okay, so 2 AKs, Tech 9s, they're going for it. They want to keep applying the pressure. Olaf Meister, he's on the glass cannon AWP as well, so there's UMPs and, okay, Tech 9s and AKs. Do a lot more damage here. Another big round. No one really running away with this just yet, but this is a heavily CD-sided map so far. You have to remember that. Fnatic now up against the AKs and Tech 9s of Astralis. Definitely a map that's open for set pieces here. The set smokes towards heaven, main entrance, and towards outside especially. As they look at that first pick, no damage inflicted as of yet. Oh, there it is. dupreeh takes down Crib to open things up.
He's going to continue pushing dupreeh. Glaive that fell, but it's actually going to be Device on the AK. That's the important one in this entry. He needs to find opening picks. He gets one on Twist. Allows a bit of room for Xyp9x to try and wrap around on them. The problem is Kirby doesn't have information outside, so he can't bring himself into contention to cover off that main position. But what it does do is allow Device the confidence to rotate down through the vents, get the bomb planted. And on 36 HP, and Kirby, the high roller, does he keep the AK? With this position, he's got headshot. They can't get over there now. Time's gone to pass it off, and Kirby's going to have to line this up with a Tech 9. First headshot, dead accurate. Down goes Olaf, and suddenly it's the boot on the other foot because Astralis pulled his back. There's kits on both. They're going to go for this, no doubt, as Dennis gets closer and closer, but it's the crossfire setup, the exact one we talk about. Both stairwells covered, and it's such a dangerous angle to walk into. Device shows us why as Disco Doppelin tries to get toward the defuse, and Kirby comes back around with the Tech 9.
It's interesting to see terrorists use that crossfire instead of the CTs defending. That's actually really intelligent. The bomb down, the CT's up against this, an equal situation. The Tech 9 so deadly at that sort of range as well. Kiabi pushes up, finds one kill, falls back a little bit, establishes that crossfire. Dennis on low HP already. He comes in, can't do anything about it. Very well done from Astralis. They steal that round away from Fnatic, and that's one of the harshest resets you can possibly imagine. They invested down to 0 in that round, and you get 1,400 going forward now. It's 6-3, and they're on the CT side, already losing their first map, which is their pick as well. Add all those things up, Mac. It's looking pretty bleak overall for Fnatic right now. They will take a timeout, an Astralis timeout, which is good. I think it's a time to calm down. You just want a big round, a lot of adrenaline running through your veins. Work at what money they've got and what kind of buy you're going in against. And it looks like an all-in moment.
Well, and this is,
again,
I think, why it's a good timeout as well, because Astralis know they still haven't built their bank account up. They lost against an eco 2 rounds ago, which set them back tremendously. If they have that fate again, this one will switch the game and turn it entirely, because Astralis will be completely dead broke. Any gun that Fnatic saves will boost up theirs. And that's why Fnatic has gone for the M4 and the UMP. They're hoping to catch Astralis off.
That's why I want to play a default at this point. Glaive once again making his way towards those back steps, but smokes deployed for him. Should be absolutely fine. No one can really contest this.
Ooh, no gap. Very close, but no gap. They are thrown accurately, so they won't get information looking through that. There's no one in position, but Disco Doplin's rotated down below. So this time, unlike many others, they're going to have a presence inside of the secret stairwell underneath. And it is going to be the M4. It's the right place for Disco to be in with this gun. He can hit one and fall back, but he has to hit one. He can't Glaive. Better shot on the AK as they wrap around, and this now means Crims realizes, no, they're below us. What do we do from here? And not only that, smart positioning from dupreeh right now, as he's still outside above main. So even if they want to try and wrap in behind Secret and catch them off for exits, he's going to find them.
Yeah. They might not even commit. The bomb's not being planted as of yet. It's not actually going to be, it's still on the floor. So I think they'll just wait for another pick to be made, just keep applying the pressure, see what the reactions are coming in from the CTs. Will they drop down towards lower from ramp? And there's another pick coming in favor. dupreeh gets it. Twister dropped. 5 on 3, and now it's a CZ and a UMP that separates Astralis from fighting their seventh round.
And dupreeh, as you say, was holding up. It was smart because they could have considered rotations, and he could still have the option to try and get some more outside, which he did. Device still at the upper site. Nice shot from Olaf to take down Xyp9x. Is still watching for this wrap on ladder as well. Now where does the bomb go with that kill going back? And Olaf's wrapping all the way around behind them. Glaive's going to have to be very careful at main. And that's exactly why, because Crims takes him down. Olaf's there. Bomb, as you say, was dropped. They've got to recover this.
Planted.
I think they've... Okay, so they do just get to it. You're right, I'm sorry. I thought I saw it still down below as Device did grab onto it, but this is still them hesitating in slow positions for Astralis, and they've actually given a lifeline to Fnatic in this round, who now have AKs to work with. One of them is gone. It's Crims traded back by kjaerbye, and that trade might be enough because Olaf doesn't have a kit spotted up in Device. He'll hold true from dark spot.
Well, Astralis with a fantastic start there, but well recovered from Fnatic. Overall, Astralis do finish it off there, but they find those first 2 kills and maybe overthought the situation a little bit too much. I think they assumed it was a lower stack at that point, decided to go back, found themselves running into players and getting headshot towards lobby, and slowly but surely, frag by frag, Fnatic were getting back into that round. But like we said, that was a big round for Fnatic. They went all in there, 1 M4, 1 UMP and some pistols. Now they're going to have to be full eco, and that will be Astralis winning the half at this point. It's almost guaranteed they pick up this round, and you can see that's reflected right now. They're reading the money very nicely indeed. Dupree's is going to have a Mac 10. He can farm some money on the players down. They confirm to the bomb site here, which they're going to do. He spots 1. He's looking for that first frag to open things up.
kjaerbye, good shot on Crims, looking for more as well on top of Hut, but they know exactly where he is, so watch the push from door as well. They'll come from either side, and Xyp9x, he connects Dupree. Lovely shot on Mac 10 to take the head off of Disco, and then turns around to find Twist. kjaerbye will get Olaf, and big money gathered for Dupree. Money, as you would say, Henry.
As I would say, but not the story for Fnatic really going to this next gun round here. Just to note the scoreboard as well, it's 15 frags for Device and 4 deaths. We've only played 11 rounds, so he's playing lights out once again, been a fantastic tournament throughout, and still performing. kjaerbye not far behind on 12, Dupree a good performance of 11 frags. In terms of performances, Fnatic as well, Olaf Meister leading the charge with 9 kills, not far behind is Disco Doppler, who's been influential in getting those big frags on those eco rounds as well. Next round comes in, only 1 kit for Fnatic, no AWPs, and a couple of smokes and incendiaries here. Certainly not the best of buys, and being over eco, they were to lose this round as, once again, Glaive gets an outside presence. Xyp9x working towards ramp.
Xyp9x has been there time and time again. It's Disco Doppler on the other side of it this time.
Glaive just gets it every single time so early, and it means that's going to force a rotation. Someone has to go down towards lower and actually deny the plan, and that's why they're going towards ramp right now. Disco Doppler has to drop down. Astralis get a massive control of the map. Olaf Meister's going to challenge it. This is interesting.
And Crims pushed up that early time to catch that off, but they haven't done much, including the swing player, which we often talk about. Someone going towards Secret. Disco Doppler knows they're on both sides, but can't look both directions. You often see a CT rotate early to get into the Secret stairwell, which would counter Glaive at this point in time, but it's ramp they do achieve, and it's Crims that has to clutch it back. They don't hear the door open, surprisingly, because Xyp9x doesn't turn, but great assassination shot from kjaerbye is going to leave Dennis blinded up, trying to find his footing as he'll fall away, but pushing through decontamination. It's going to be kjaerbye catching him off. It's all on to Olaf, 1 versus 4. He started it well as he gets the headshot into kjaerbye, but bomb ticking. And kit on him as it may be. It's Device that's in behind. What a good awareness play from Olaf as he turns around just in the nick of time to catch him off. 1 versus 2, and he's getting closer and closer to the bomb. Glaive's got to come back down the hallway. Olaf's going to go hunting for him. Door open. He'll hear that hold station and gets the headshot. 9-3 T-side.
You can see how Astralis exploiting this right now. Fnatic haven't got the money to really hold outside. Glaive's getting towards Seeker very quickly indeed, and they're aware of it as well. They know players are going down there. With the smokes, they can't actually call whether it's the whole team has got down towards lower or just Glaive by himself. That's the mind games going on right now. They have to drop that player who's playing ramp down towards lower. As soon as they do that, Astralis sending 4 players into that position. They take out Disco Doppler, and like you said, he's down towards lower, watching both sides the best he can, but they face it. Very good coordination coming from Astralis. Olaf Meister makes things slightly interesting now, but 9-3 on the T side of Nuke. Another force buy, I believe, as well. Okay, a partial buy, to be fair. It's 4th stage. They've got to scout out a UMP and some 5.7s, but looking pretty bleak. But Crims once again delivering on these partial buys against the first kill.
Take back everything I said about the anti-eco situation for Astralis, because it seems like when there is pistols, they are opening them up. Again, they find an opening pick, and Olaf on the scout has gotten Device down, which is the op out toward red crate. Now Glaive, does he take the op and biff it over top of the fence? Because if he leaves that there, Fnatic's going to know it exists, and depending on the outcome of the round, they could still push for that at the end. Xyp9x does get back Dennis, so again, depending on the outcome of the round, because with firepower, they can still pull this off. Spotted was Glaive. In fact, they tried to flank him. He's not sure where the shots came from, but he does respond by getting Twist. Realizes Disco Doppler again is gone for his usual tactics on the 5-7, but punishes him for it this time. It's all on to Olaf. And the scout goes hunting, but kjaerbye holds true. It's double digits Astralis on Nuke.
Very well recovered by Astralis at 10-3. That was another partial buy, and now the money's getting itself into a more stable place for the CTs, but it might be a little too late at this stage. All of mine's hitting some decent shots there, but it's going to be 10-3, double digits on the T side. It's pretty godlike right now, so that pause comes in. And of course, it's for Fnatic. They are going to have the AWP out once again. They've experimented this, the double AWP setup, for the reason I explained before. It's not something I necessarily agree with on this map, and something that maybe could be explored, but it's just as soon as the T's know about it, that's a real problem for me. The execution potential on this map is so strong, and you can just do the smokes outside, that locks out AWPers. You get down towards lower, makes AWPs almost redundant at that point. We've got two of them, that's when you're going to really struggle on Nuke CT side. So it's just a single AWP setup this time for Fnatic, and it will be Twist wielding that weapon this time. They have got the full rifles here, they've got kits and utility to work with, but so far, Astralis just outclassing them on this map.
And away from spawn we go. Astralis all on the AKs with full utility. 10 flashes, 5 smokes, 5 Molotovs, and a bomb that's thrown over to Xyp9x. You call the rush, they slow it up ever so slightly, but they get to the choke points and they're going to put pressure on the ramp with squeaky door open as well. We haven't seen the vent drop smoke. I'm betting right now is the time they want to look to do it, because with the pressure on ramp, they get down the vents with bomb. They're in the lower site, but it's a good position on top of Hut to catch them off. And Xyp9x still manages to win his duel, get them down below. They'll smoke off the control room, Molotov the vents, and a smoke for the plant. Means that it is a 4 versus 3 on retake favoring Fnatic. And they still have an AWP in that play. Like you say, if you get toward lower, it's almost redundant. While Twist, he's still upstairs on ramp because he hasn't had confirmation they're all down there. He's still buying time for Astralis to effectively play a 3 versus 3 down below. As Kierby, though, realizes there are 2 backstairs. He's got one down in the hands of Xyp9x as they baits himself in. And then he's going to close decontamination door. This buys a lot of space, and it's going to be opened up. Shut down. Open by, was that Olaf opening it for Dennis as Dennis reloaded? A miscue between the two, and it actually benefits. But Twist has still pulled this back. He's burning alive in the corner. But Dupree fires at him. That gives it away, and Olaf trying to bring this back. He cannot do it. Dupree will give Astralis yet another round.
Just as he goes to the reload, his teammate opens the door and exposes him. Caught with the pants down there. And it's a massive round for Astralis to pick up. And once again, Dupree delivering in a key situation. Let's have a look at this. So Olaf, teammate reloading the corner. Yep, see you later, mate. Down you go. I get the kill though, so don't worry, it's fine. I guess it was a trade in the end, but still, it's going to be 11-3 for Astralis. Dupree doing a very good job there to finish it off at the end. We have the buy coming in for the CTs in the final round. It's 11-3. This is not good enough on the CT side. 2 shotguns, 2 Famases and an M4. It is 12-3. The game's over. And we'll see whether they can recover this. Device gave it that first shot. And a ramp push coming in, but Molotov out once more.
And the first shotgun already gone. We know it's viable on this map. We've seen it lots in the upper bomb site, but it's not ideal. As Twist, he'll get taken by Device. A 12-3 half for Astralis. It's definitely a convincing scoreline, although we did see one of those from a Danish team yesterday in a quarterfinal. As Krims gets a kill back in return, it's Dupree that will fall. Look at it, smoke. Dennis, oh, timing is everything. Just barely gets the AK back in time, Xyp9x. But Krims again will step up, find his second kill in the round on the FAMAS. It's 2 of those remaining against 3 players, so it's rifle versus rifles. But it's just 1 remaining at this point in time. It's Disco Doppelin. And he's got the first kill on Kierby as Xyp9x goes back for the bomb, but he's got another one on Device. That takes the options away from Xyp9x, because he's going to rush back to upper with his teammate. What he does know is he's tagged up, and he has an AK, which is heavily advantageous, but Disco's uploaded, or sorry, rather upgraded onto one as well, and a smart call perhaps. He can no longer plant top silo since the update, so if he could, I'm sure he would have. That would have been the right time to do it. It leaves an open post plant position. Instead, it's down below. And where does he choose to play this from?
Well, the thing is, he can play it anywhere he likes. Disco Doppelin, he's up against the ropes here, 15 HP, no kits, and he has no idea where Xyp9x has gone to. So much time has passed already. It doesn't look like he can pick up a kit as well, and he's walking. So he pretty much has to open his door, find the perfect position, which could work out, but he's going to have to make some noise eventually, drop down on the side.
And there it is, jump up, drop down, low HP, line it up. Xyp9x is in position, and it's 12 rounds at half. The analysts called it right. It's been a long time. The old roster never played it, but a long time since Fnatic was playing Nuke, and they certainly still don't like to go toward it. Astralis, the map pool favors them in stealing cash, while we're seeing the results of it. Yeah, that's why cash was so important to this best of 3. Finishing things on the dust too, I would have been convinced Fnatic can do this, but after they lost cash, you kind of think, well, it's a map we've never seen them play. I'm sure they've practiced it to some extent, but that CD side looked poor. Some interesting ideas with the double AWP setup, some financial decisions were made, all the force buys, they got themselves into difficult positions. The only round I can really think that stood out to me was the force buy win they got with the 5.7s and like the Famases and stuff, but
nothing really to report that was really convincing me there. They need this pistol on the T side. 5 sets of armor. It's going to be something basic. Like I said, a lot of teams just rushing up at these days. Normally upgrading to Tech 9s, but looks like they'll go towards outside with this sort of position at the moment.
Both players outer on the roof elect to go to silo. Both of them dropping down as well. The wrap. It's going to be a full push onto the upper site from main and from Hut. KRB, though, better shot. Twist drop means they've got to recover that bomb, which buys a little bit of space for rotation, and that buys space for Xyp9x on the flank. As he gets all the way in towards Squeaky already. Nice shots from Glaive. Dennis and Olaf go down. Crims, he's got 3 to find. Small gap between the 2 silos. He's going to use it to his advantage, but there's Xyp9x arrival on cue. Big round for Astralis. And I talked to Frederick yesterday, one of the managers of Astralis, and he was counting this down map by map. 4 to go is what he said when he passed me in the hallway before this. Well, he can count this. It's 3 to go at this point, and he can count this one by 4 rounds. 3 rounds now before it's done.
Well then, Astralis pick up a massive pistol. They Glaive did a fantastic job there with the silenced USP. Fnatic, no plan going in, have to force into it. Astralis are going to be aware that's a situation, so they're by in the response. 3 UMPs, a FAMAS and an M4. 1 smoke for Fnatic here. It comes down to these Deagle headshots. Can they do anything about it as they go towards outside?
Nice flash timing. Olaf fully blinded by that. Getting into the corner. I think Xyp9x did spot him, but Glaive's got the shot. Outer already as Crims tries to wrap fast. There's 2 more there, and as they try and shuffle and bait, Glaive just hits all of them. 2 headshots. Disco Doplin does what he can, again on pistols. He looks the form, but it doesn't matter. Astralis, 2 to go. 2 rounds before their first major final ever.
Crazy, right? And it's going to have to be another force buy from Fnatic, I'm afraid. You can't allow Astralis to have 12 map points and indeed match points at this point. So it's going to be Desert Eagles, Tech 9, smokes, maybe a rush coming in. And if they win this one, Astralis is pretty much job done. No money left for Fnatic. They're going to have to do the same again with pistols. Someone needs to go to God mode at this point. We saw it from Crims on Cash. All of them might start to warm up towards the end, but someone needs to find his opening pick. Xyp9x on the receiving end towards ramp.
Nade in's going to be timed well in the spray. He's got Olaf down, then suddenly Radio Room doesn't look as inviting. They both back away, the other 2 in lobby. That backs them up toward Dupree, though, but lovely shot. He gets dinked up immediately and has to back into the site.
Yeah, didn't have to push that, but he wanted to get some information there. Dupree got punished, but he did some damage towards Disco Doplin as well, who's gone down to 28 HP. Dennis towards outside right now, and it's still going to be a firm advantage. Xyp9x not relenting just yet. It's going to still be holding towards that ramp, so using their utility to lock them out as long as possible. Just make a lot of pressure towards Fnatic right now. Crims, who's Molotoved out once again.
Trying to play the high ground as well. Xyp9x on that ramp, but he'll be efficient, smartly back away. Glaive, he's got rotation toward Turnpike. Should it be required? And now it is. They're actually going to go the other way around. Crims, smart play. Rather than going to ramp, he wraps in, cuts into hell, and Glaive's not in position or ready for it. And it pulls it to 2 versus 2. Now with that rotation down, they can go toward lower with more confidence, because Dupree still has to get toward the vents, and KRB has to walk out from decontamination. Wide plant as well for Twist. As far away as you could possibly go. He's going to play inside the new toxic room. Remember, the double doors, you don't get the vision that the window had, but they are vulnerable. They are easy to spray through. He leaves the door open, flash out, and Crims inside the vent. He's going to take down Dupree. As it was a waiting game, and Twist will hit KRB. It's going to be Fnatic picking up another round, and that's important to at least keep this alive and get them away from that overtime point. If they can keep them off 14, or 15, excuse me, there's still the chance.
Yeah, to be fair, Astralis, they've got around 3.5 grand right now. They don't need to force into this. It's 14-4. Let them have a couple of rounds. You build up your economy. Let's just finish it off on a proper gun run at this point. Get to number 15. It should be a CD-sided map. They are forcing into this, though. They do fancy it. So it's going to be a couple of M4s here. KRB on the UMP. A 5-7 for Glaive. And this could be an opening for Fnatic at this point. I would say this is not a required force buy. And we are going to take a tactical timeout from Fnatic as well. I guess it's time to establish himself and work out how they can make this victory possible. I would say Astralis forcing into this round, it certainly opens up the window of opportunity a little bit further. There's going to be 4 rifles on the Fnatic side, 1 SMG, and then a pistol, a UMP for KRB. 3 M4s there, 1 kit. There's such a lack of utility as well. If they're going to get a few more grenades, I'd maybe agree with it a little bit more, but it feels like it could be a difficult decision for them. Let's see if anyone can step up.
So Twist veers left and heads to lobby, whilst Crims and Dennis will head to the roofs. And Dennis specifically with the AK is going to try and find picks outer. Eyes on Secret, all things considered. Tries for the jumping headshot. That would have been pretty impressive from that range. Crims is going to join him up there. Dennis goes down below, and it's a wraparound from Red Crate. Smokes out. Device trying to get information inside of those smokes. Glaive with just the pistol has to spot. Do any damage he can. It's beneficial, but chances of range with the 5-7 at that position, not likely. So Crims puts him down quite convincingly. And no one's rotated down close to this position, but Device has gotten into the stairwell. He's the only one down here at this point in time. They'll drop the bomb temporarily to try and confront him. Control stairs, not to be confused from decontamination, so they are coming directly at him. It's a longer angle. That nade lands just behind him. It takes him down to 46 HP. Disco's still going to hold that. They'll slow this because they need to push him back and continue to establish the map control as bomb gets closer and closer. Twist is still a long way away in lobby. He's going to try and catch rotations at vent, and he'll join them down below as Device continues to backpedal and find yet another position to burrow into. And just now they start to consider rotations, and guess what happens? Fnatic realizes that's very likely. And thankfully Dupree has held ground because he's the only one now in the upper side immediately. Twist down below, spots him. Perfect shot downward, doesn't have the railings in front of yellow anymore to catch the crossbeam, but he does have a lineup. Olaf beats him to it, and they walked in together. It was traded, but if he had found two, would have been massive for Astralis, who now wrap back around to try and retake an upper site that they previously occupied but rotated away from. And it's a tough ask, that hole in the wall. Not quite enough to see through, and Xyp9x is trying to get the information. But I think they're going to have to back away from this. No kits on the two remaining players, and it's a very tall order to get inside the upper site. Yeah,
well controlled by Fnatic there. Dupree could have been the fly in the ointment there. But he only gets one kill, taken down before he can cause a massive amount of damage at this point. So round should be going in favor of Fnatic. It's going to be Astralis doing a good job to find a couple of kills here. If they can save the M4s, that's certainly beneficial going forward. But Fnatic post number 5 on the board and 2 rounds in a row now. So getting themselves slowly but surely back into the game. It's going to be a long-winded affair, but Disco, Doppler and Dennis do survive this round. At this point, surely Astralis won't force into this. They've got 2 M4s, but I don't think they can really justify going all in once again. It's just not required. Maybe get a couple of 5-7s and PT50s to accompany them. Okay.
That was a good tweet. That is literally Panic at the Disco. Good. So someone's played off of that. I'm glad someone picked up on it.
That is very good.
Do you think he can sing?
I'm going to go with no, but you never know. Right. He could do.
Always the pessimist, Henry. Never optimistic for anyone.
I'd say realist is in the situation, but we'll find out. I'll ask him later.
All right. We'll have karaoke at the after party. You guys can do a duet. You guys can sing. He'll want to sing Panic at the Disco, but you'll want to sing probably Morrissey. So we'll cue that up for you.
Okay.
Xyp9x gets flashed off slightly at ramp. Remember, he played that on the T side. He's playing at CT, so playing both sides of it, sometimes you get an inkling for what people like to do and have an intuition as to how to play against them. See if that has any factor or not as KRB tries to get better position out or just spotted before the smoke plume to player coming over top of the silo, but can't get the lineup. Device, though, gets the information. What a shot from Olaf, because that's the only rifle that's out in that position. If Device had found 2 or been able to relocate without taking damage, it's a problem. But now KRB, this is smart too, because he picks that rifle up, presses E on it, and he spotted Olaf dropping down. I think Olaf may have heard him grab that rifle, so he's trying to find a better angle. He'll get Crims down. Still knows Olaf's dancing somewhere outside. He's dropped. He's tried to pull Glaive over toward Hell to watch in through lockers. And in the meantime, they've also pulled Xyp9x around. He's got to be careful to his left, though, because the further he looks for Dennis, the more probable it is that Twist walks in. He doesn't see him. This is such good rotations and team play. From only having 2 rifles on the start side of Astralis, it happens to be in the exact right position, and it's only Dennis remaining just like that.
Well, they don't have to do anything more now. Make him commit to the next move. He's not got the bomb as well, so one person can be sacrificed. Oh, KRB, I thought he'd been spotted there.
Watch Heaven, though. He's going to go down, and Heaven's going to re-peek. The problem is I think it's a pistol at Heaven, so it's a long shot. But it's 6 HP, so a long shot will still do it. It's map point, it's series point, and it's a berth in the final. If Astralis find 2 more, but this is pressure off, and they've done it. So map point Astralis, checkmate. Fnatic, I guess that's check, truthfully. It goes to show you I'm not good at chess, but Fnatic have to respond. I've been trying to learn it. It's not so good.
Okay, then, but you're right. Check is certainly appropriate in this scenario. So the buy comes in. Fnatic at only 10 rounds in a row just to force overtime. Astralis with a dominating performance so far. Nuke looking very confident so far. Fnatic, we knew they were going to struggle, but their CD-siders didn't live up to expectations at all. It's going to be 2 AKs, Tech 9, PT50, Deagle. Twist to just Deagle, nothing else. So, has he got money left over? No, he's actually all in. Must have dropped a weapon for a teammate.
Usual suspects again as Crimson Olaf are actually killing at the same pace as anyone else in the server, but it's not enough. Device and Glaive. I said Fred could start counting by rounds. Well, he could start counting by kills. They need 3 more to wrap this game up. Minute 27 in the rounds. Good position in the site for Kiev. He's going to have Dupree, who realizes, oh, wait, you're already there. I'll go elsewhere, and they'll fortify the upper site with 2 bodies. Meanwhile, down below, it's Device to find Twist, 2 to go, and Dennis with only 15 HP. Astralis overcoming all odds and the curse that has always been their problem. It's Crim's down, it's 1 to go. It's only Dennis remaining, desperate with a bomb and 15 HP, caught out, blinded up, and Kierby's got him. For the first time, for the Danish side, they'll find themselves in a major final. And that is a huge, huge relief, but they're not done.